Are you there?
Always, Wolfram.
I need you to be honest with me. How much support do you really have back in the dark ether? I do not expect them all to match your power, or even come close. But more help is needed to reach our goals.
I still have supporters. More than enough, Wolfram. Just do your part here. I will ensure your success.
If only it were that easy. Kraft and his new allies are setting back the Wahrheit's timetable.
And I shall help you eradicate those pests. But you need to have faith in our partnership. You are my other half now. Only if you succeed do I get what I want. Remember that. Our goals are intertwined. Your success is my success. That is all the reassurance you should need. You seem unsettled, Wolfram. I sense something weighing on your mind, distracting you from our current efforts.
I am not distracted, Kortifex. I am simply under pressure to produce results.
I told you it would take time before I could raise your entire army. Oh, why are mortals so impatient?
Perhaps because we do not have thousands of years to see plans to fruition. We are mortal, after all. But my concerns are specific. Right now, the Allies are amassing troops in the British Isles. I need to mobilize before they launch an invasion across the English Channel.
Then I suggest die Wahrheit completes your instructions. Only then can I raise your army of millions.
I look forward to that day, Kortifex. When our enemies make landfall in Calais, I want the undead there to greet them on the beaches.
Wolfram, you remind me of someone I knew long ago. He was a pharaoh in the land of the Nile. He saw himself as a god, and everyone around him as vermin. In fact, he was delightfully cruel. But you, Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List, are a rare and special find. You have the blackest heart I have ever encountered in a human. You might have been royalty where I come from, had you not been born on this pathetic ball of dust. I tell you this not to flatter you, but because I expect the world from you, and you will deliver it unto me. This power I grant you is not something I would share with just anyone. But I am willing to see your dreams fulfilled and your enemies crushed. For you are a worthy vessel. You are the instrument of my revenge.
That farm with the windmill, the one in Merville, France, doesn't look very important, does it, Kortifex?
To me, Wolfram, nothing about your world looks particularly important. Earth is just a stepping stone to my eventual triumph back in the dark ether. I help you here, you help me get back. The rest is just details.
Fair enough. But do you know what transpired near that windmill during our last global conflict? The Great War, we called it. The war to end all wars. Such optimism.
Is there a point to this, Wolfram?
Indeed there is. The First World War pitted outmoded tactics against unprecedented weaponry. In just one day at that farm, 10,000 men fell as they marched in ranks directly into machine gun fire.
That explains it. So much blood spilled all at once. It left its mark on the veil that separates us from the dark Aether.
Precisely. The weak spot we are trying to exploit.
And the dead who fell that day. All those thousands of corpses.
They are buried nearby.
Oh, not for long.
Kortifex, do you know why I chose Stalingrad as the epicenter of my operations? I mean, beyond all the corpses, the mass graves. Do you know why this choice is personal for me?
We share much now, Wolfram, but I cannot read your thoughts, nor can I search your memories.
Nor would I allow you to. This arrangement of ours is intimate enough as it is.
Agreed. But as long as we serve each other's purposes, you may as well tell me what happened here.
What happened here is the German 6th Army took the city and was then surrounded and trapped for 5 months.
And you were part of this 6th Army?
No. I led an SS rescue mission here. We all knew we could not afford to lose those men. The death toll was already horrific by the time we arrived. I spent the rest of that brutal winter adding to the Russian casualties. We tried to resupply our men. We tried to break the siege. All in vain. At the end, General Paulus surrendered. Most of his men were never seen again. I had witnessed a death blow against the Wehrmacht. I could see the war was lost. But when I made my way back to headquarters, no one wanted to hear my report or face the awful truth.
So, this place, it scarred you. And victory here will make you whole.
9. Kortifex. Such scars do not fade. If I have learned anything, it is that war changes everything. There is no going back, but I will still savor my ultimate revenge. Tell me, Kortifex, what do you remember of the men and women who used to summon you to the Hotel Royal?
Is that how they put it? They summoned me? Such gall.
The members of the Society Occult were the wealthiest, most powerful people in Europe. Puppet masters of the Western world. They also dabbled in dark magic. Their seances and rituals at the Hotel Royal were the stuff of legend.
They were children playing with fire, and if I answered their call, it was only out of boredom. After all, I was trapped in my scepter. If some red-blood fool contacted me with their crystal ball, at least it gave me a glimpse of how far humans had come. And for all the progress they thought they made, for all their riches and influence, the Society Occult were tampering with forces beyond their understanding. The one thing that impressed me was their spell book, the Tome of Rituals. Dark Aether rune magic written by humans. But they could not have written it without help.
True. Over the centuries, they summoned others of your kind. And one of them, most likely Belekar, gave those children all the matches they needed to burn their world to cinders.